Alright, on with the show. Have a seat,
Thank you.
have a seat, my friend. And we'll start off with you holding it.
Oh, me, huh?
Hold it up. Always and do. That way we demonstrate proper gun safety. Remember, always hold the muzzle up.
Never hold the trigger.
Never hold the trigger. So you can hold that one, I'll hold this one.
I feel safer suddenly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I just put the safety on.
Ah, there you go.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay,
No,
so
now they feel safer.
okay, so what we're holding here is a 12 gauge pump action shotgun, and Greg has a M4 replica pellet rifle, 177 BB and pellet, 10 pumps, and I believe it's a Daisy, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that right?
Yep, it's a Daisy. No, Crossman. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about gun safety. I'm not going to do the demonstration with the 12 gauge, but I'm just going to demonstrate one thing. And people say, if you own a gun like this, and someone invades your home or breaks into your house, are you going to shoot them? I pray to the Lord that I will never have to kill anyone. I'm praying that hopefully just the sound of this is enough. Luckily, well, for the record, it's a dummy round to make sure I can dry shoot and get rid of the firing, get the firing pin back out. But anyways, that sound alone, that sound, if I'm in my bedroom and someone breaks into I hear a loud thump in the living room, I'm gonna go grab this and you're gonna hear this. And if you're in the living room and you hear that, you better get the hell out of my house.
Yeah. Probably.
You have a few seconds.
You got a warning.
Tops.
It's a warning.
See,
You might fire a warning shot.
here, let's give the other scenario real quick before I get rid of this thing.
Okay.
You're in your house. You hear a loud thump.
Oh, this one.
You pick up the phone, dial 911.
Right.
You're on the phone with 911. The thump turns into footsteps walking towards your door. Bam! Your door's kicked in, and you're pretty much whatever the criminal wants you to be.
I'm gonna shoot him.
So you can try to negotiate and talk him out of the situation. Do your best. I urge you to talk.
Don't shoot him, man. Don't shoot him.
You could try to get maybe a kitchen knife or a baseball bat, and hope they don't have a gun. Hope they don't have a gun.
Or
Hope the criminal does not have a gun. But go ahead.
you could control the situation by having a gun and throw it.
Right. Whose responsibility is it to serve and protect? Supposedly
everybody,
it's
right?
well, supposedly it's the law enforcement officer, the peace officer.
Peace officer. Mr. Peace Officer.
Right. So what's the definition of the peace officer then? What's the purpose of the peace officer? To maintain order.
Probably.
To maintain order and peace.
Order is peace.
Right. So let's take a look at history. So back in the day, when a street fight or a brawl would break out, who would be dispatched to defuse the situation?
The peace fighter.
The peacekeeper.
Peace.
The cop.
Okay.
So cops' primary purpose was to be peacekeepers. The sheriff's purpose was to arrest bank robbers and criminals, people who were running around in the county causing havoc. But the police, their main thing was to keep the peace. So if someone was breaking into your house, that's an act of violence, and it's their job to protect you and keep the peace. The problem with that is that when we rely on that as our sole security force, basically monopolizing security and giving it completely to the hands of the government, you no longer have the luxury to protect yourself in the drop of a dime. People say, oh, you're paranoid for saying that. Oh, you're paranoid. Okay. Maybe I am paranoid. But you know what? I'm not stupid. And I'll tell you why. I came from a place called Salinas. Soledad, Gonzales Valley.
Where's that? About?
It's
Isn't that by Monterey or something?
It's by Monterey.
Okay. So Monterey.
So Salinas, being one of the murder capitals of the Central Valley, the Central Coast.
Why?
Because of the large influx of drugs and government-sponsored drug dealing, the destruction of the entire economy in that area, basically through the housing bubble, and I could go on for days. But anyways, it's a bad situation. The city's in a deficit, people are hurting, and there's no jobs because the destruction of our dollar and currency. So what that causes people to do is become desperate and crazy. So yeah, you're gonna have some people with guns. Yeah, you're gonna have people with knives and bats. But the reality is, if you make a law that says, yeah, let's just completely outlaw these guns in order to stop crime, you're basically opening the doors for violent criminals to run amok and destroy your city. Let's take a look at Chicago. I mean, guns are basically illegal in Chicago.
Yeah.
You can't even have a pistol. So what does that do?
Can't have a pistol?
The cops, something like that. It's one of the most strictest
Not even a pistol.
cities in the nation, next to New York.
San Francisco.
San Francisco is pretty bad as well. But with that said, when we take a look at the situation, the only people that have guns are the criminals who've obtained them illegally because it's against the law,
And
which
they
they're
go
not.
shoot
They have
them.
no interest to follow whatsoever. They have no interest to follow the law. You think they give a shit about a law? A lot of them is a joke. So no matter what law you put into place, they're still going to obtain firearms. And if we look at Operation Fast and Furious, and we're not talking some stupid ass movie that's about racing cars and shit. We're talking about Obama, George Bush, and they say this even goes back to Clinton, where they're smuggling firearms that are from America, the United States, sending them down to Mexico so that the cartels can take each other out. This is some gangsta shit. Straight up.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that in
To
Mexico?
give the false impression that guns are bad. Well, hey, you know what? Anything's bad in the hands of a crazy mofo, you feel me?
It sounds like
If someone's
like a
insane
false
and
flag.
crazy and they have, something that could do damage in their hands,
Yeah.
whether it be a gun or a steering wheel, I mean, come on. A weapon is a weapon when it becomes used to destroy and kill. I mean, that's plain and simple. Right now it's just sitting here. It's a gun. I mean, this thing's not going to jump up, load itself, and then kill me. I mean, last time I checked, guns don't kill people. It's the person behind the gun. It's he who wields the sword is basically what it comes down to. If you want to look at it in the sense of arms,
Well, then
and
why
where the
does
meaning of arms came from.
then why does Pierre care? Why does Pierre care about
I
these weapons?
actually think he doesn't care. He's just a puppet.
Why do he care?
He's just a
Pierre?
prostitute.